I want us to imagine a scenario where you are president, people are marching to State House.
Yeah.
Whether or not you've listened to them or heard them or not, I just want to understand what your thoughts are around that. So it's President Maraga in 2027 or 2028 and people are marching to State House. What do you do?
You will have
allow it?
You will have known from intelligence
that
this is planned. Find a way of addressing those issues. When you address those issues, if there are enough few who will march there, if I was in State House, I would even walk out and tell them, young people, what is it?
Mimi nimekubali mashtaka, usinifinye sana, nimekubali haya mambo yanitoke.
So you have
tulifanya makosa yalifanyika. Mutusamehe. And that is the reason why I've said in no uncertain term, my contract with Dr. William Samoei Ruto was for 5 years. And as the 5 years come to an end, I do not propose to renew it. And that is the reason as to why I've said we need to have David Kenani Maraga as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And I say this forthrightly. And nobody will fault me. Nobody has insurance on me. They know it, they know it, they know it. I speak the truth and for the good of the people of Kenya. Let's do the right thing.
Okay. What do you make of the former Chief Justice David Kenani Maraga, who has been critical of the government, calling for good reforms, the principle of constitutionalism? What's your view on him?
He's a good candidate. He represents a break from the past. He's definitely, he's not one of the oligarchs. But to the extent that he has not unveiled his manifesto, I have not spoken with him, I cannot say anything beyond that. But I have to say, he definitely opposed the violations of human rights that occurred in 2018 and 2022, including the ones that occurred against me. He opposed the culture of impunity that was becoming and became systemic, institutionalized, and weaponized by Uhuru Kenyatta and now William Ruto. So that's a positive candidate. That's not a candidate I will be able to say does not represent something positive.
He doesn't have a lot of money.
Presidency.
Yeah, but be that as it may, CJ, Kenyans are going through a tough time. The cost of living is high. What you're talking about is projections and hopes that people will fund your campaign. Are you putting in any money yourself?
Very little.
Okay.
Yes. Very little. In 1-2 million shillings. I don't have much money.
Okay.
Before I talk about Maraga, there is a bounty on Trump's head. $40 million. A group called Blood Covenant, and I think this is religiously based. And it was crowdfunded. So, guys, crowdfunding is very possible. I think a lot of us are used to sensationalist leaders on top of vehicles screaming and shouting with catchphrases, oh, one time or whatever it is. Of which regard, they say that he told Genz to stop protest. As who? Dishing out money, 50 bob, 100 bob. That's what we're used to. So there's a lot of mental emancipation I feel like we need to go through. And different way of campaigning, a different change. 100% there'll be still people who are like Team Matiang'i or Team Rigathi or whatever it is. It's fine. That's your decision. That's your democratic right. Right now, what he's presented, I appreciate your honesty to just say, hey, this is how much I have. This is how broke I am. I'm hoping Kenyans can help me raise funds. And there'll be people who will raise funds. For now, this far that we've come, kudos.
You should see that he has lost legitimacy to rule. He doesn't have the Kenyan people behind him. And the honorable thing to do is to resign. If he did that, there will be all these things will end, and a new government will come in replace him, and listen to the people.
Okay. Protests are a legitimate form of expression.
Exactly.
You are out on the streets. In response to that, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Gladys Boss, said this about you being on the streets. She said you are fueling protests while enjoying taxpayer-funded perks and pension. She said you are misleading children, destroying people's property. She went on to say, shame on you, Maraga, shame on you, Maraga, shame on you, Maraga. What is your response to that statement that was made on the floor of the House, and what is your response to Gladys Boss?
Thank you. You know, Boss said that I am enjoying retirement benefits paid by the government. It is not the government who are paying me. It is the Kenyan people whom I served that are paying me. And I'm entitled to that pension like any other retired person who is pensionable. So, why, if I've retired, am I gagged? Am I supposed to be gagged? Am I not supposed to? Don't I have constitutional rights to do what I want legally, which is there? As I've said, about 60 young people were killed last year in demonstrations when they were demonstrating against the finance bill, which they said was punitive. And look at the circumstances in which that bill was passed. I mean, the MPs literally was nearing the young people. And that's why the outrage was that great. Now, these people have not been compensated. Nobody has cared to think or express solidarity with them about their pain. These are parents, and I was moved myself, and I said, let me join these people, if only to tell them that Kenya, there are very many other people who are feeling for you.
Yeah, yet she said you were misleading people's children.
Look.
And being part of a group that's destroying people's property. I want you to respond to those direct allegations.
Yes. That statement of us is misleading itself. It's the first one which is misleading. I was not misleading anybody. I'm not the one who organized the demonstrations. The parents sent a notice to the police and said they were coming to demonstrate. And if my recollection is right, about a night before or 2 nights before, they were given assurances that you come and demonstrate, express your feelings. The police are going to protect you as you march. And I say, look, let us support these people. They are not alone. I mean, their pain is our pain as human beings, first as human beings and as a country. So I went and joined them. So for somebody to say that I am misleading, am I the one who is misleading all over the country? I have not made any particular statement that is inciting to those people, other than saying, look, what is happening to them is wrong, and we should, as a country, not allow it.
Vote. However, running a campaign costs money.
Yes.
You'll need to hire vehicles. You'll
Correct.
Need to,
Correct.
PA systems or whatever it is.
Yes.
Have you done an assessment of what you will need and where you're going to get that money from?
Yes. It is being worked. The details are being worked on. We will require quite a substantial amount of money.
Do you know how much?
I won't tell now. My people are working on the likely budget. But I'm convinced we are going to appeal to Kenyans, including Yvonne, to contribute to our campaign, and it's going to succeed. The Kenyans will themselves fund this election, and once we are funded and get elected,
yeah,
you can rest assured that anybody trying to twist us or do anything, will tell him, look, this is a Wanjiku funded presidency.
Yeah, but so, be that as it may, CJ, Kenyans are going through a tough time. The cost of living is high. What you're talking about is projections and hopes that people will fund your campaign. Are you putting in any money yourself?
Very little.
Okay.
Yes. Very little.
How much?
I mean, 1-2 million shillings. I don't have much money.
Okay.
I don't have much money. But Yvonne,
and if you don't get the funding that you require from others, I mean, it's sort of like a budgeting issue, isn't it? Like
yes.
You make projections that you will get X amount from, well-wishers or Kenyans of goodwill, as you might call them. If you have a funding gap, right, in your campaign operations, how are you going to plug that gap?
It is not going to be there. Let me tell you that. The people we are talking to, some we are meeting, are saying, look, when are you setting up the pay bill? We are going to pay. We are not asking a lot of money from individuals. We will leave it open for somebody to with the suffering the Kenyans have gone through.
Yeah.
I can assure you that getting 10, 20, 50 shillings from individuals, 100 shillings will come in. And I can assure you that the assurances we have been given from across the country, we are going to, in fact, if anything, we are hoping to get excess. And my view is that once we get excess, whatever will be left, we'll give it to a public cause. At some point, will you make this public? Yes. We're going
what your budget is, what you're hoping to get from the public, and how much you're putting in?
Exactly.
Okay. We'll hopefully have you here.
Yes.
At the moment that decision is made.
Benefit of having David Maraga as a candidate is that in case aibiwe kura na wapinzani, wale wa kupanga namna hii, if he goes to the judiciary, he's going to find a panel that is very friendly to him. Because for the first time, the judiciary will have special interest. Wamekuwa kinyimwa judicial funds. So a former president of the judiciary akiingia pale akuwe rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, whatever they need, they'll get. He has been there, he understands the challenges. So they'll be looking to side with David Maraga. Na hii kitu itamsaidia sana, even towards the election. People will come and try to change some legislation here and there to say, oh, no live streaming of results. Maraga akienda kotini or through his representatives, they nullify that. When they make other unpopular decisions, the courts will be very quick to nullify that and level the playing field because they have their own candidate. Every lawyer, every judge, every paralegal or clerk will be fully behind David Maraga. Itakuwa hao wenye wako serikali, the current executive and legislature, when they go to the courts, they will never come out with a favorable outcome.
I'm a lawyer. We have very many other professionals. This country requires very many people. Very many people. What I can place before the Kenyans is that I am going to get a team of professionals in various areas. I will not purport to know what is done in the medical field. I will leave that to the experts. What I will do is, I will do the necessary vetting, get the right people in the right place. And once they are there, allow them to work. Give them the confidence they require to work, but call them to account. And I believe that is what is required. And if Kenyans trust me, that is exactly what I will do. Our institutions have literally been broken down. We have no institutions simply because of interference. The government has interfered with the recruitment of those who go to those institutions, so that when you get people in institutions that are supposed to serve the country, they are like saying, look, what is Bwana Mkubwa saying about this? There is an issue here. What is Bwana Mkubwa thinking? I wouldn't want that to happen. If I get somebody who is not working because he's waiting for me to tell him what to do, I'll sack him and get somebody else to do that. So that's what we need to do. What I will do is to provide leadership that will enable the Kenyan business community, to enable the Kenyan professionals, to enable the dons in our universities to do their work as they are required to do. And the country will move forward.
My first question will be, what are we going to do about the IEBC? Because up to now, since we voted, since we had the late retiring from the office, we have not had the IEBC in function. What is really going on with this issue of IEBC?
Thank you, Mama Brian, for the question. Your worry about IEBC is my worry. And I believe it is the worry of every Kenyan. IEBC, even from the critical report, which we got several years back, is supposed to be in place at least 3-4 years before the election. Why is that period required? There is a lot for IEBC to do. There is civic education to be done. There is the registration of voters. There is even the limitation of boundaries, and even preparation, the actual preparation thinking about the equipment, how you're going to conduct the election. There is a lot to be done.
Well, I mean, after discussions with friends and others, and after serious reflection, I thought it is time that we think about the leadership of this country. We think about the leadership of this country. We can't let some people literally throw our country to the dogs. We need to think about that seriously. And it is as a result of that reflection, I have made up my mind that I will run in 2027 for presidency of this country. We are not going to give handouts to anybody. And I've told, I've met some young people wherever, like when I go to a supermarket, I come out and say, mzee, sasa tuko na njaa.
Tuacheka kitu.
I tell them, no, that is not the kind of campaign I'm going to run. We are not going to run a campaign where we are going to dish out money. First of all, I don't have money. And at an appropriate time, I'm going to appeal to Kenyans, and I'm appealing to you through this, all of you three here.
I can forgive anybody who elected William Ruto out of knowledge. But I cannot forgive anybody whom, with the knowledge of the level of corruption, the killing, violation of human rights, still talks about Kuimbila break.
What was your childhood nickname?
I used to have brain. I don't want anybody to use that. Those are those nicknames you pick. Sometimes you don't even understand what it means. Yeah.
So what is the first thing you do when you wake up?
When I wake up, I pick a devotional book, I read, and I pray. Then before I start anything.
What is that one thing you can't live without?
What one thing?
You can't live without?
Prayer.
Prayer. What is your favorite thing to do?
Fellowship with people. Fellowship with I enjoy good fellowship, and especially when you have people of similar values, you enjoy that.
Okay. What is the favorite music genre?
Music, gospel.
So what's your favorite meal? The one that you would live on for the entirety of your life and not feel?
Ugali. That's what I've been brought up on, and I enjoy it. By the way, Mahindi, I don't like shifted flour. I want the one which is
a casual wear or official wear?
Depends on the functions. It depends on the functions. You can't go in casual wear when you are Chief Justice. When you are going to meet people, you go in a casual wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite social media application?
Social media application? WhatsApp. I communicate with very many people on WhatsApp. I'm using a lot of. I'm not on Instagram because of technology challenges. I use TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
Yes.
That's interesting.
The greatness of a nation lies in its fidelity to its constitution and a strict adherence to the rule of law, and above all, the fear of God. A declaration is hereby issued that the presidential election held on 8th August 2017 was not conducted in accordance with the Constitution and the applicable law, rendering the declared results invalid, null, and void.
Do you look back at the judiciary right now with pride, or are you disappointed to some degree with what the judiciary has become?
It's not fair to go talking about the leadership of any institution which you have led in the past. Everybody has his own way of working. I would rather not go there discussing as to whether, some people perhaps might say it is operating better than under me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that during my time, I had quite a number of challenges, and it's mainly because somehow I refused to do some things, and some people were not happy with me. But as far as I was concerned, I was doing what I was required to do, what the Kenyans employed me to do.
September 1st, 2017, you make this earth-shattering ruling declaring the election null and void. I know that you might not have met him and spoken to him, but when President Uhuru said, we shall revisit, how did that make you feel as a president of the Supreme Court who had just ruled that the election that should have brought him to power was null and void?
Well, when he made that remark, I was surprised because I didn't expect that to come from the president, because it was a veiled threat. I slept over it. I thought about it. I prayed over it, and I reached the conclusion that, look, unless anybody says I didn't do what I was required to do, and unfortunately for them, they had no right of appeal anywhere. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the country. And the Constitution provides that the decision on the High Court on the presidential petition is final. You know, there must be an end to litigation, and particularly litigation on the term of the president. In fact, if anything, my family and many of my friends were more worried for me than I was worried for myself.
Hi Kenyans, my name is Fatuman Masare Ramadan. I'm from Kilifi County, Kenya, and I am an active citizen of this country. Today, before you go to bed, since we always say hashtag free Palestine, hashtag free Congo, hashtag free this country, today let's type hashtag free Kenya, because we are not free. Our country is literally in shambles. Our country is being led by madmen. Onani vile wanapelekesha nchi yetu. The people that are meant to protect Kenyans have been given an order to kill us. Ukiona mtu anakusumbua huko, piga risasi. Usimpige risasi kumuua, mpige yeye mguu. Mnataka kutufanya vilema jamani? That is the state of our country. So if you get an opportunity, if you see this video, don't shy away. Just write free Kenya until the day we are going to be free, because one day we are going to be free. One day, just type free Kenya. We need to be free. These people need to let us be. They need to let us free.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.